guys, it's me. Got a little different type of video for you today. I'm going to be behind the scenes. I'm trying my hands at vlogging. So after this brief introduction, I have a series of videos that will be coming up behind it. So, sorry, right now what I'm showing you is my update on the Raven Queen, getting a little bit deeper into her skirt here. I'm really loving how the folds of the skirt are showing up. The dimensions are really coming through, and I just think it's beautiful the way that it's coming together. However, I have been working on this for a month. I've been focusing on a finish. If you've been following me on Stitch Mania, or if you've watched my last video, you know I'm focusing on this and I'm trying to get it wrapped up. So I can get back into my rotation without having some of these bigger, older whips on the docket. So here's where we are with her. I have been stitching on her solely since I finished Rafiki. And I just made the decision, literally like an hour ago. I'm going to give myself a break from this for a day or two. Still focusing on the finish, but I need to switch it up because I'm getting bored. I'm losing my stitchy bug. I just need to do something different. So I just wanted to give you guys a brief update on this one. And the majority of the video is going to be obviously focusing on the Raven Queen. So hopefully the videos that come after this will be a little less monotonous. But I'm on a mission, so I know you guys are going to stick it out with me, and I appreciate that. Just to show you one thing real quick, this beautiful, beautiful peacock. I received, after my last video, I was contacted by the wonderful Stitcherista that we know and love as Danielle, and she said, hey, I watched your video, and you mentioned that you loved peacocks and marine life, and I have something that I want to send to you. So a couple of days later, I received not only this peacock, but also this beautiful, where are we here? There we go. This beautiful seahorse. So that was very thoughtful of her to send me these two Needleminders, and I greatly appreciate that. So thank you, Danielle. But not only that, I received a package in the mail. I think it was last Thursday. Oop, zooming in. Well, we can zoom in. It's quite lovely. It's a beautiful Needleminder. I've been using it every day since I received it. But I think it was last Thursday I received a package from Delicious Threads, and I was thinking to myself, I did not order any additional Needleminders, and then I was thinking, well, maybe I didn't. I forgot about it. But come to find out, I had a new viewer, Heather, who just uploaded her second video. She's a new floss tuber. Go and watch her. I'll link her information below. But it was her first time watching one of my videos. And if you watched my last video, you saw I ordered this beautiful Needleminder. Well, it wasn't beautiful, but it was an awesome little Needleminder, a little voodoo doll. And my dog got spooked during a heavy windstorm, rainstorm, whatever it was, and I left my Needleminders on the end table in the living room. She got her hands on it. She chewed off the leg, the nose, the hand, and she basically just ruined the Needleminder. But I mentioned it and I showed it in my video. And this new viewer, Heather, she said, I reached out to her to thank her for what she did, and she said she immediately contacted Jen at Delicious Threads and asked her to replace my Needleminder and send it to me. I was completely floored. I mean, this is our community. These are the people in our community. I was just stunned, and I can't wait to meet her at the retreat. So thank you so much, Heather, for your thoughtfulness and your generosity. You didn't have to do it, but I think it was wonderful, and I'll cherish it, and I'll definitely keep it away from Bella. So, back to the Raven Queen. Like I said, I'm just going to take a day or two to kind of step away from her for a minute and do something a little different. So, on my last video, I did a Stitch With Me video. So, I got a lot of positive feedback from that. People really seem to enjoy it. If you enjoyed those videos, let me know. I'll keep them coming. But I actually did have a request for somebody from one of my viewers to do a Stitch With Me video showing me beading the Raven Queen. So when I get to that point, I'll definitely do that type of video and, you know, do some white noise in the background. That seemed to be a big hit. So I'll definitely be doing a Stitch With Me video, or a Bead With Me video, if you will, for the Raven Queen. But I also had a request to do a Stitch With Me video for one of my beaded ladies. So I'm going to do that because I love watching the Bead With Me videos, but they're never in English. They don't have to be honest with you, to follow along with what they're doing, but I like watching them. And I was so fascinated by the process that it, you know, inspired me to want one of my own. So somebody asked me to do a Bead With Me video for when I began working on one of the two beaded ladies that I featured in my last video. And I said, of course I'll do that. So with that in mind, I decided that today I am going to work on one of my beaded ladies. Today and tomorrow, maybe. Just get a feel for that, but it's definitely something different, stepping away from cross stitch for a little bit, and she's locked and loaded and ready to go. And just if you need a reminder of what she is, this is the pattern that I'll be working on. So I'll definitely share my updates. I don't know if I'm doing a Bead With Me video today. I might want to get just a little bit done so you can, you know, see how it's going to look, and then I'll do a Bead With Me video. But I think that this is actually going to be the one that I work on after the Raven Queen, because I'm really interested in seeing how quickly this works out, because there's absolutely no cross stitch in it. It's strictly beading. So that's that. The other thing that I wanted to show, I don't have a whole lot of haul. I haven't been buying a lot lately at all, but I did recently receive an order from this company. It's xjudesigns. See if I can get in there on that. xjudesigns. She is located in Hungary, and there's all her information, and I'll definitely hook it up down below. But I ordered from her, was it Etsy? Yeah, her Etsy shop, I'm almost certain. But I saw a couple of people on Flosstube who ordered from her. I know Ginger Stitcher ordered from her. Tosh over in Australia ordered from her. And the fabrics that they displayed were absolutely beautiful. So I just went to check it out, and they were extremely reasonable. There was they were ranging from $22 or less, depending on the size of the fabric that you got. But if you order a, you know, average size fat quarter, it's about $22. So this is her information, but I just want to show you what I received. I can tell you that when I placed the order, I received the shipping notice within a day, and I received my package, I think, within a week and a half. So it was not only a great deal, but it was excellent and fast service. Now, what I really appreciated, I'm just going to move this over here so I can pull these up. What I really appreciated was the fact that what I saw was exactly what I got. So I'll be sharing these with you today. Now, this is what I received as a thank you, with a lovely handwritten note, which I thought was classy. And this color is Aged Plum. She also does hand-dyed silks and cotton, so she sent me a free sample of her hand-dyed hand-dyed cotton in Aged Plum as a thank you for my order. So I'll go through and show you the colors that I have. I think these are coming up a little bit darker than, a little bit different. Let me see if this helps. Let me see. That's about right. So this first one is Antique Violet, and it comes wrapped up like this with a nice piece of twine. Just a nice look to it. But this is a 28 count Zweigart Cashel linen. I got a nice variety just to see how her different fabrics dyed up. So this is Antique Violet 28 count Cashel. This is a 36 count Edinburgh linen. This is vintage brown. And these are all fat quarters. That's nice. Let me see if I turn on the light. It's actually accurate. This one I absolutely love. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's called Spicy Carrot, and it is a 40 count Zweigart Newcastle linen. Beautiful. Spicy Carrot. This is one of those pieces where the fabric is going to choose the pattern. I was chatting with somebody who suggested maybe a prairie schooler, but the only prairie schooler that I have is the alphabet. So I don't know. I don't know, guys, but something's going on that. This is the only piece of even weave that I ordered. This is Fairy Lilac. This is a 28 count Zweigart Jaslyn even weave. So this is lilac, and it's a nice dusty purple. That's a dusty lavender. That's how I would describe that. Beautiful modeling. Beautifully done. This is Khaki Sand, and this is a 28 count cashel linen by Zweigart. It's a nice neutral. It's almost a little greener than it's showing up, like a nice olive green. That's a nice way to say it. And this is marbled green. This is really beautiful. It's not too green. It's not too overwhelming, but it's nice. Like, it's a nice evergreen. It's really beautiful. So I'm very, very pleased with the fabric that I received from her. Really nice. I might take some pictures, open them out, because I haven't opened them up yet. I might open them up and take pictures and insert them for you to see, but they're really beautiful. So I just wanted to share that with you, but just wanted to pop in and say hello, and next time I will probably, if it's not a Stitch With Me video, next time I'll be back in front of the camera. I'm not 100% camera ready today, but I still wanted to put something out here and get something out here for you guys. I know I mentioned it because I filmed something a little bit earlier. I know I mentioned it in that piece, so you'll hear it a little later, but again, I just wanted to give our very own Emily Eclectic Possessions a shout out and wish you a very happy, beautiful, and prosperous birthday. And I hope that you are stitching the day away, my dear, and doing exactly what you want to do. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hey guys, thought I would do a quick little update. It is Saturday, February 11th. Beautiful day outside, and it is extremely cold, but whatever. It's warm inside, and there's plenty of stitching to be done. So I got a little bit of a haul yesterday that came in the mail, and just wanted to show you guys what I got. But I also wanted to give an update on the Raven Queen before I move the Q-snap. Have the majority of her dress done and all of the stone work. I said move the Q-snap, I meant the frame scroll up. So I got a lot done on her dress. And I'm getting ready to do the train at the bottom, which is going to be a beast, but it's okay. So here's my update there. I tried railroading or using a laying tool. Any of you guys ever wondered the difference between if you use the laying tool versus just kind of stitching? See if I can zoom in here. You might see, like, let's go over here a little bit. Like, see how the stitches look kind of wonky right here? Oh yeah, that's a good one. Right, like right there, there's a wonky one. Stitches look a little bit wonky. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not perfect stitching there. Well, I tried railroading inside her dress. I think I started maybe right around this point. You can really see the difference in how the stitches lay. Like, they're really nice and neat now. Oh, cat hair, specialty fiber. They're really nice and neat now. So if anybody was ever wondering the difference between railroading or using a laying tool and just regular stitching, it does make a difference. To me, it's a little more time consuming, but I see a difference. Anyway, that's the update on the Raven Queen. I'll talk a little bit more about her in the video. Maybe by the time this video is actually completed, she'll be completed too. We'll see. But anyway, Abby Bella Stitch, she stepped away from her store for a little while, and she was putting a lot of her Needleminders up for grabs on eBay, and she was selling them by the lot. So you weren't able to choose which one. She would put up like 30 of them at a time for $30, so they were basically like $1 each. And she sold them in different lots, but I snatched one of them, and I was so excited because it's like this particular selection was made for me. It has all of my favorite things in it, so let's take a look-see. So here's what we have. We have, starting in the upper left-hand corner, but this is how she had it. See, lot number 14, $30 plus shipping. There's 30 Needleminders here. They were not basically, but they were rounded off to about $1 a piece, not including shipping. Let me see if I can open the blinds here so I can get better light. Hold on. All right, so I guess that's a little better. I don't know. Maybe not. All right. So starting in the up left corner, we have a metallic needleminder with kitties and hearts. Love kitty cats. Then we have Hello Kitty. We have a look like a wood burned owl. We have a snowman. I love snowman. It almost looks like he was stitched around the perimeter of his face and his hat. We have an octopus. Hello, octopi. Octopi? Did I make that up? I don't know. You know what I mean. A big old letter E. Yeah. My name is Letitia Beckett, but we'll find something to do with that. I love these slices. These are the slices I was talking about in my last video. They're so super smooth, like a glass finish. We have a metal heart and a police box. We have a little straw tote bag. I thought that was super cute. Dragonfly. I love dragonflies. God grant me serenity, wisdom, and courage. Please, Lord. Love bumblebees, and I don't have a bumblebee needleminder. Love butterflies. I don't know if that's a Hello Kitty. It's Hello Kitty-esque. I don't know. Is it a character in Hello Kitty? I don't know. But it's cute. Winnie the Pooh. A spool of thread with a little pair of scissors. Come on. A snowflake. Not one, but 2 owls. Do you guys know how I feel about owls? How awesome is this? This is weird. It's like a little, it's not weird, but it's like a little rock, but it's very smooth and finished, and it's purple and it's pretty. Little glittery heart. Little shimmery circle. It's a love biscuit. A love biscuit. How cute is the Oreo cookie with the bite taken out of it? A little sparkly bunny rabbit. A love bug. I love ladybugs, and I do not have a ladybug needleminder. I have one of these, not this color, but I love these needleminders. They're so sparkly and pretty. That is very similar to the one that I have, but mine is more green. So pretty. Another slice. Another Hello Kitty. I think I missed one. I did. I missed Tracy's favorite. Where is it? The hippopotamus. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Anyway, yeah, that was a mess. We won't talk about what just happened there. So yeah, those are the needleminders that I got from Abby. It was 30 of them for $30, about $1 each. So I'm very excited about that. Not only am I excited about that, I finally got a board, huge board to put my needleminders on. So excuse the disarray of what I'm about to show you. Tracy told me that I needed to organize them, and I needed to organize them quickly. And I said, well, I was waiting for Abby's to come in. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, and then I would organize them better. But it's a dry erase board. That's a handwritten card that I got from Abby with the order, and I decided to put that up there just so I can, you know, keep her in thought. I don't know if she's coming back anytime soon, but just to keep her in thought and remember to send her well wishes. But yeah, I'm going to stick them up there and get them all nice and organized and leave myself a space so I can, leave special notes to myself like, good morning, Letitia, you're good stuff. Or good morning, Letitia. Don't let anybody steal your joy today. Random thoughts like that. So that is Abby's. I also received an order from Clayworks by Kim Dithers. I've heard a lot about her work. Here's her card. Oh, where's the card with the info on it? That's not helpful, is it? Sorry, Charlie's. Here we go. This is the one with all her info on it. So it comes in a nice little box with this. It's beautiful packaging. So that's her, Clayworks by Kim Dithers. I've heard a couple of people talk about her work. I know Teresa Little Stitcher just talked about some of her needle minders. Kay has a few of her needle minders. So I ordered some, and they are absolutely spectacular. They're beautifully made clay needle minders. This is the one that I ordered. So it's a beautiful blue butterfly, and it has this little thing right here that comes out, and the beauty and what makes her work so distinctive, you see that opening right there? You stick your needle inside of there, and that's the magnet. The green part is the magnet, or at least part of the magnet. You stick your needle inside of there, and it holds the needle on the inside of the needle minder as opposed to the outside. So I thought that was brilliant. But anyway, I ordered that, and I also ordered the needle tin. Let me zoom back out. I ordered the needle tin, and as you can see, I already put some needles in there. Wait a minute, let me close it. So this is the needle tin, and it has some, I want to say morning glory, but are these pansies? I don't know. Kay can tell me. I don't know. I think they are. Or morning glories. Pansies are morning glories. But it has a beautiful monarch butterfly on it, which is my favorite butterfly. And it just snatched that little swirly thing. But I put some magnets on the back of it, not because it didn't hold the magnets well, but so I could stick it up on my dry erase board. A little bit with some, what am I trying to say? Make it a little bit more sturdy. The last thing I received yesterday, I received some random bits and bobs from 123 Stitch, random stuff. Needles, some piece of clearance, 40 count white linen, some beading thread, and some beads that I needed to finish kitting up my Lily of the Woods. So nothing really spectacular. But I did receive my fabric of the month from LJ, which I thought was really, really pretty. I would be interested in seeing how this looks on linen, but this is, let's see if the light helps here. This is March's fabric of the month by Fabric from LJ, and let me see what it's called. Hold on. All right, so apparently it's called Spring Green. I think that's pretty true to form right there. But it's 28 count Lugana, which is my fabric of choice. I get the fabric of the month with Mirabilias in mind. For the most part, I like stitching on neutral fabrics like mushroom, Lugana, or mushroom, not Lugana, 28 count Monaco. I love the feel of 28 count Monaco, and I like the mushroom colors, tans, off-white, nothing white. But I get the fabrics of the month because I like to have them for Mirabilias or projects that would look good with a pretty background. So this is the fabric of the month from LJ. So I just wanted to share that. But if anybody has this in linen, I can't wait. I would love to see the pictures to see how it came out, because I'm sure it's much darker on linen. But I like this soft muted green. It's like a pastel-y soft green with some modeling. Really pretty. But anyway, that's all I have. Until next time, like I said, I don't remember if I said this at the beginning, but I'm going to try my hand at the vlogging thing, so we'll see how that goes. So, until next time, see you soon. Bye. Good morning, guys. It is Monday, March 13th. I hope you can't hear all the activity going on outside my window, but you probably can. Thought I'd do a little update on the Raven Queen. So I'm trying a different technique here with attacking all of this black. And you might be looking at this and thinking, what in the world is going on here? So I decided, there's so much black in the Raven Queen. I decided that I was going to attack it a different way to help try to minimize the opportunity for error, because I don't grid on my Mirabilias. So there's so much black, I thought it would be painstaking to sit there and count each and every line. So what I decided to do was outline each black area and then fill it in. So what this will do is eliminate the need for me to have to count. I'm literally just filling in the blanks. So to kind of give you an idea, when I did this whole section, like right here, this whole section up until the black outline, all here where it's in the brown, that whole section is just going to be filled in with black. I don't have to count anything. I don't have to do anything. And I know when to stop stitching because I went and put these full crosses in here. So I know that's my stopping point. So all of this brown in between the black half stitch, that's all negative space that I just need to fill in with black. And unless you have the pattern, it might be hard to see. So let me see if I can pull up a picture to show you kind of what I'm talking about. I may not need to pull up the picture. I'm not going to pull it up because it still may not make sense. But anyway, over in this section, like this is one separate section right here. So I need to fill in all of this black. This I need to fill in. And then this section, it comes down here. I'll have to go make a line here. This will be another color. So I'll fill all this in, and then I have to come up and finish this section. And then up here too. So I know what I'm looking at, obviously, because I have the pattern, and just looking at it here, it might not make any sense to anybody else, but I've literally just the big chunks of black that have to be stitched, I just outline them. So I just have to fill it in, and I don't have to worry about going back and forth with my pattern for each and every line of black. So I'll give another update once it's finished, which I don't know when that will be, but not anytime in the very near future, I'm sure, because it's still a lot. But at least this helps with the amount of time that I'm spending counting and recounting and checking and double checking. So hopefully that'll be helpful to somebody else. I don't know. I watched this somewhere on somebody's videos where they outline what they have to do, the area that they're working on, and they just fill it in and it goes much quicker. So with the remaining colors, the different grays and teals that I have to put in, I may end up doing the same thing, because so far so good with filling in this section. This right here is what I'm working on now, and I did the same thing with the outline. I'm literally just filling it in and completing the other half of the stitches that are in the outline. And I mean, it's still time consuming because it's stitching, but it's going much quicker than it would if I had to count and recount and worry about, did I make a mistake? Because when I do it this way, if I have to frog anything, the only thing I'm frogging are these half stitches, rather than having to go back and worry about pulling lines and lines of work out to correct the problem. So I just want to do a little quick snippet on this, and you know, hopefully that'll help somebody else out. I'd be interested in hearing if anybody else does it this way. All right, thanks again. Bye. Hey guys, it is Wednesday, March 15th. I had to think of what day it was. Wednesday, March 15th. Just wanted to give a quick update on the Raven Queen. As you can see, I have filled in all the black from the outlines. I have to say it didn't go any faster, to be honest with you, maybe a little bit faster, because I outlined everything. All I had to do was just fill it in. So I didn't have to count. I didn't even use my pattern for all of this after I did the outline. So from that perspective, it made things a whole lot easier. So now I am going to jump in and fill in the grays here and here, and all this negative space, fill it in with all the grays. And then all I will have left is the bottom of her skirt here. Famous last words, but I have to tell you, this skirt is a doozy. Looks can be deceiving. It's quite huge. So yeah, that's the update there. Nothing else going on today. The snow finally stopped, which is great. But it is extremely windy out and extremely cold, like record-breaking cold for March. So that's happening. I don't know if you can hear the wind blowing outside, but it's shaking everything, including my frame as I'm working on it. I am also watching, if you guys want a good movie to watch, I'm watching The Imitation Game with Benedict Cumberbatch, whose name I just like to say because his name is Benedict Cumberbatch and it's the best name ever. It's an awesome movie, The Imitation Game. It's really good, much better than I thought it would be. So yeah, thank goodness the snow is over. It waited until the final hour because I think Monday is the first day of spring, vernal equinox. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, I went to my doctor on Monday and I have been given the clear to go back to work. So I will also be returning to work on Monday. I am walking around. It hurts. It feels like my foot is really bruised and it's still really swollen, but the doctor says that's completely normal and it'll continue to be bruised and swollen, but you know, got to move it to get it back to where it needs to be. But all is well. So that's my update, and yeah, I'm going back in, guys. Bye. Hey guys, so just want to do a quick little update here for you. In my last video, I was talking about the one-stranded blendable thread from Sulky. That was the equivalent to 2 strands of DMC. So if you'll remember, here it is. This is the Sulky thread. I showed it in my video. It's 330 yards with a matte finish, 12 weight blendable long staple cotton. And this is the equivalent of stitching with 2 strands of DMC floss. So someone asked me to stitch up a little swatch showing the coverage and how it looked. So I have a swatch of 28 count linen from a grab bag that I used. This is the bulky Sulky thread stitched up. Very good coverage. And this is DMC, so they're almost equivalent, really, both in coverage and really in the sheen, because this is the, sorry about the nails, guys. This is the mercerized DMC, and this is the matte finish on the Sulky, and they really look the same to me. But stitching with the Sulky, it was really pleasant, to be honest with you. It was, I used 1 strand over 2, and I did have to let the strand unwind a little bit. I think Trisha left a comment underneath the video saying that, after my video saying that this did tend to twist, and it did, but no more or less than, say, water lilies. If you, not water lilies, what is the cotton? Is it watercolors or wildflowers? I think it's wildflowers. The cotton pearl from Karen, no more or less than that. You know, you just let your needle dangle to unwind it, and it was fine. But I love how it lays. It went through very smoothly, no snagging. It was very nice to work with, very smooth to the touch, and I would definitely buy this again. I would consider using this for my variegated floss needs when I want to use a cotton floss, I would definitely use this. Somebody even said that one of these spools, these 330 yard spools, one spool will do an entire, like, cirque de circles or cirque de, you know, those triangle collages from ink circles. Not triangle, the shaped collages from ink circles. They have the circles, they have the triangles, octagons, all different shapes. Somebody said that one spool of this would do the entire pattern. And I just may have to try that out. And I actually love this colorway. I was going to try another one of the petites, to see how that's stitched up next to it. But the person that asked me to show them the example, asked for DMC to go next to it, so I thought that was an even better idea. But this is the petites that I was going to use. So this is what the blendables looks like up close. 12 weight, Sulky 12 weight, blendable cotton, petites. And I guess art is short for article, I don't know, 712. 100% long staple cotton. It's not going to focus. Oh, there we go. That's what that looks like. Same exact thing, just a different colorway in a smaller bottle, or smaller spool rather. So anyway, I just wanted to take a minute to show that comparison. If any of you were interested in seeing how that works up, that is it, and it's quite lovely. Really enjoyed working with it, and I will most definitely work with it again. All right, see you next time. Hey guys, it is Saturday, March 18th. It is a beautiful day outside. It's still cold, but I can hear it almost sounds like it's raining a little bit because all the snow is melting. So it's a beautiful day. Just wanted to pop in and share some things with you guys. I bet you thought you wouldn't be seeing old Rafiki anytime soon, but he is back, and he's back for a reason. So I have struggled with the concept of getting my work framed, professionally framed, that is. And my struggle is a project that is pretty inexpensive, such as Rafiki. He was done on Ada with DMC, fairly inexpensive project. I have a very hard time with kicking out $100 to $150 to get him framed, when the whole project might have cost $35, $40, I don't know. So I have tried framing myself, which in the beginning has been an epic fail. In the recent past has been acceptable. And I've also had one piece professionally framed, and she's absolutely beautiful. But what I've been doing is binge watching framing videos. There have also been videos put up by professional framers who frame needlework, and have walked, in their videos they walk you through the entire process, from mounting to the tools that they use to all kinds of things, and I had a bit of an epiphany. One guy said in his video that it's all about the tools, and I would tend to agree. In the past, I have mounted my projects on that self-adhesive foam board that we get from Joann's or Michael's, and that was okay. Unless you mount it incorrectly and you get a wrinkle, and then you have to unstick everything. So since watching certain videos like Tara C, I've learned to use the foam core, even if it's the one with the sticky, with the adhesive tape on, or the adhesive on it. I don't use the adhesive because she said that can hurt your work. So just use that board. If you have that board, use it to just pin it around the sides, which I've done. And that worked out just fine. Pinning it and stretching it around the sides, except those little itty bitty dressmaker pins, they kill my thumbs and my fingertips when I'm trying to push them in. So I found on one of the videos a tool that a guy used where you no longer have to use pins. So I'm going to share my experience with you because I have mounted Rafiki, and I'm going to tell you what all this is. So there is a tool that is on Amazon.com that is called, I'm trying not to knock all my stuff over here, it's called Micro Stitch. And it looks like this in the package. Can you see this? Yes. It looks like this in the package. Let me see now. Oh, I'm trying to get it in there for you. There you go. Micro stitch, as seen on TV. So this is on Amazon.com. It's called the Crafter's Choice Micro Stitch, and it's used for many things. You can use it for basting quilts. You can use it for fallen hems. You can use it for standard crafts, which is fine and great. But I used it to attach needlework. And I researched it, and apparently this is something that others have used it for as well. So these right here are the little tacks. This kind of reminds me of if you ever worked in retail, specifically in a clothing store, like the little gun that you affix labels to, the little tag gun. It's kind of like this on a much smaller level. So this is the gun. Looks like a glue gun, right? This is the gun, and down here is the excess where I've used these tacks. So when you put the tack, these strips right here, you just slide them in right here, kind of pull the trigger one time to get it to lock, and the tacks, as you put them in, they're not tacks, that's what I'm calling them. It's I can tell you exactly what it is. They're almost like nylon, maybe. I don't know how to describe it. Nylon, plastic. Yeah, it's just plastic, but it's very small. They're very fine. They're not going to do anything to harm your fabric. So you put the tags in right here, and you just pull the gun. This is just a cover, a little safety cover. You see there is a little puncher there, little needle. And what it does, it affixes, when you put it in, it gives you these really fine tags, I guess you could say, that affix your needlework. So you can see the tags there. They look like very small tags that attach a label to a piece of clothing that you may buy. That's the best way I can describe it. But you see, I have, yeah, it's not the neatest row. That's okay. Let me see if I can back out here. It's not perfectly neat, but this fabric is stretched. So what you do is you just stick the needle portion. I can actually try to do a demonstration here for you. Take off your little cord to expose that needle there. So you take your gun and you just stick it into the side of the foam core, like right there, and you just stick it all the way in and punch. And I did it all the way around, of course pulling as I go. I did my top and bottom centers first, just like you would do in pinning. I did the same exact technique, and I might have actually used too many. Not sure. It's my first time using it, so I'd rather be safe than sorry. But if I can do a little demo here, make sure I get it in focus. So here is a spot I'm going to go in. I take my gun, I stick it all the way in, and there we go. So what this does, this eliminates the pressure that comes from when I stick the tacks in. It eliminates the possibility of the tacks, the pins, the dressmaker pins I used to use, going in and maybe coming out the other side, or going in crooked, or having to, you know, use my nails to pull it out and reaffix it if it's not right. If it's not right, you just snip it. So this is the finished piece. Let me see if I can. It's as far out as it'll go. So as you can see, he is all mounted on the acid-free foam core. Another thing that I found was stitcher's tape. This is what the back looks like. So I pulled it nice and taut, but right here you see it's affixed. there was something that one of the framers was talking about using, which was called stitcher's tape. And it's what framers actually use. And what this guy that was actually framing a cross-stitch professional framer, he actually used stitcher's tape. So this is called stitchery tape. I'm not sure that there was a brand name. This was also on Amazon. Double-sided tape for mounting stitchery. It's pretty self-explanatory. So here it shows that you can, put it on the mounting board and wrap your fabric around. I'm assuming that's what that little picture is taken. I'm sorry, there it is. It's by Yarn Tree. So this was saying to stick it on the front, and I guess it would work too if you stuck it on the front of your mounting board before you put the fabric on top. I'm assuming that it'll give you the same type of adhesive as the mounting board that we buy in the store, where we peel off that layer of paper to expose the adhesive. I assume just sticking this on the mount board will give you the same effect, but I didn't want the tape underneath the actual fabric. I only put it on the back side to help affix the excess fabric. And you can see it's on there, but it's not, I didn't put it all the way down. I may or may not trim this, but it's pretty much on there. But if I tug hard enough, I can pull it off. But it gives me a nice, neat back. And one thing that I noticed from when I was watching the framers videos, the backs of their work, it's tape everywhere. We never see that, but it's tape everywhere holding it down. But for me, this was perfect. I believe that it's mounted very nicely. I do have one issue up here where it's a little bit more narrow on this end than it might be on that end. And I can easily fix that if I so desire. I'm not sure that I will. But just snipping these ends off, these tags off, and pulling it, again, restretching it. It's not that big of a deal, but it's something if you're looking at it up close, you might notice. But it's pretty much even all the way around. So one other thing that I purchased, because I was watching Miss Oh So Crafty's videos. I know she does her own framing, of course, Tara C. One thing that both of them had in common, and also Vanna does her own framing, they have mat cutters. So I did buy an inexpensive mat cutter. It is not the big fancy one, but it does cut mat board. I'm not sure that I'm going to mat Rafiki, but I thought I would give it a go. And even if I can cut my own mat board, and there's videos out there showing you how to do the measurements, how to make the cuts, and when I actually saw somebody doing that, it's not difficult. It's really all about adding and subtracting and, having a steady hand when you cut. But I'm excited about this new venture because what I do know, this 11 by 14 mat board, I got a pack, not mat board, foam core. It's acid-free foam core. I got a pack of 10 of them off of Amazon, fairly inexpensive, certainly less expensive than I would have purchased if I went inside Joann's or Michael's. And it's just plain black foam core. I chose black because I don't know. I thought it might be better than white if I had a darker fabric. I didn't want the white to come through, which was something that I noticed with my 3 Reuben women. It was black fabric and I saw the white coming through, so I just opted to get black, which I thought might be a little bit more forgiving. So by purchasing these items, the stitchery tape, the little micro stitcher tag gun, which I thought was awesome simply because I don't have that strain that I normally get from the pins, and you saw how easy it was. And not necessarily quicker, I won't say, because you still have to tug and stretch your fabric yourself, but I think I did a very nice job, and I think it's perfectly presentable going inside of a frame. I mean, it's flat, it's smooth, it's stretched out, so it's certainly not something that I would see giving somebody $150 to do when I can do this myself. So that's exciting for me. That's exciting. It's a progression in my experience with framing. But these tools, I think it was helpful. Like I said, I haven't used the mat cutter yet. I might try to frame. I have a couple of small items like my Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. What is the name of that one that has the, it's a sampler that has the little animals, and then it has balls of yarn and knitting needles and crochet hooks and Fibery Friends. I think that's what it's called, Fibery Friends. So I have Fibery Friends, and then I have my needleworker piece that I might give a go with framing. So I can show you guys how that came out. And I know you can go to Michael's and get an expensive uncut mat board. So I might, and they're smaller projects. So with this foam core, I can probably easily just cut it in half using the mat cutter, because it does also cut foam core. I can probably cut it in half and use one piece of mat board to handle both of those projects. Or not, because the needleworker is kind of long, so that might take the full length. But either way, it's something to experiment with, and I'm just really excited that whatever money I would have saved on having it professionally framed, I can put into, you know, actually stitching. I've always had a problem with paying that much money for professional framing, but the work is absolutely beautiful. But I think there's some pieces that are shaped differently than may require professional framing, but for pieces like Rafiki and smaller pieces, and maybe even a Mirabilia, I would definitely do this for one of my Mirabilias. Maybe even the Raven Queen. I wasn't going to have her framed, but now that I have these tools, I might frame her, simply because it's a less expensive option. So, you know, I like having those options available to me, but I just wanted to share this with you. So once I get him a frame, this is an 11 by 14 piece of foam core, and it fit him quite perfectly, honestly. And it gave me a very good idea of how big he is. So Rafiki is actually, this is about a 1/2 inch selvage on each side. So he's about 10 by 14 finished. So I'm going to get an 11 by 14 frame, see what happens, pop them in there. Hopefully we won't see any of this white edging, and if we do, maybe that's where a mat board will come into play. I'm not sure. But I'm excited about how this looks, and I'm excited about seeing how it looks framed up. So maybe in one of the next little snippets I'll be able to show that to you. But I just wanted to share. Oh, I didn't show the tape. Oh, this is actually sitting right next to me. This is actually the stitching, the double-sided stitching tape, stitchery tape as they call it. This is what it looks like. It almost feels like plastic, but it is the paper coating. So when you peel it off, this right here is very tacky, very tacky. So I cut the length that I need. I stick it onto the project, make sure, rub it down a couple of times just to make sure it's stuck on there, and then I peel this paper tape off, and you have this clear strip of glue. And this is also, and it says it right on here, acid and solvent free. So it is made specifically for this purpose. And then it gives you some instructions on the back on how to use it. But again, I didn't put any adhesive underneath the work here. This is just the only thing between Rafiki and the board is air. I used it on the back side to help hold down the excess. That's where it is. And I'm not sure if you can see it. Maybe I can get up in there. If you see, like right there where it's pulling a little bit, that clear, that's the adhesive. That's how it looks. It's just a clear strip of glue, but it's quite effective. And then I put a little bit underneath the corners here so these corners edges wouldn't flap. So I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited with how it came out, how it looks, and I will get him a frame and pop him in there and show you guys the finished project. But I think it just makes for a much it was just an easier time framing. And these little pieces, these little tags, I'm gonna call them, you get about, I want to say 1,800 of them with the kit, the starter kit, or with the gun you get about 1,800, maybe 1,080. I might be messing up my numbers there, but you get over 1,000. But one of these strips, I used almost one whole strip. You can see this is what's left. There's about, actually, 1, 2, 3, 7. You can see the strips that are left in the trigger there. That's all that's left. So there's about 7 left in there, but the package itself, I need to put this little cover back on before I sustain an injury. Let me see if I can pull one out for you so you can see. And they come in black and white with the, I guess depending on, you just choose depending on your fabric color what you want to use. I just chose black because you wouldn't see it anyway. But this is what they look like. Try not to make a mess. This is what one strip looks like. Or maybe I should show you a black one so you can actually see it, because that you didn't really see anything there. You see that? Yeah, this is what one strip looks like. Almost looks like little teeth, right? So you put that strip in the gun, and each of those tags just goes directly into the foam core. And if you stick your needle gun all the way in, then the other side, all you're going to see on the outside, once you pull the trigger, is the end of the tag. If you don't stick it all the way in, then you're going to have this loose tag hanging. But this, I stuck it all the way in, and all you see is the little plastic piece on the edge. And it's affixed, it's tight. So I appreciated this because it was less strain on my fingers and my thumbs. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I thought that was helpful to me, and we always like to find ways to save a little bit of money. While we're here, just give you an update on our girl. Got not all of the black. There's still maybe 5 or 6 patches down here for the black, but I got the majority of the black done and the majority of 413. That's what all this dark gray is. The majority of 413 done. I just have to do the 413 up in here, and then I'm going to move on to the next lighter shade of gray and some teal. And that'll be it. Also, I just want to show you, because I mentioned in my last video my love of peacocks and marine life, our very own Danielle Stitcherista was kind enough to think of me, and she sent me a couple of Needleminders. Got a little sparkly seahorse on here. And look at this beautiful peacock feather. I am absolutely in love with this. Both of them, but I'm really in love with this. Isn't that beautiful? And it holds needles wonderfully. So now I have like all of these Needleminders on the Raven Queen, but I don't care because I like looking at them. They make me happy. So I really appreciate that. That was very thoughtful of her. But that's all I have right now. I'm going to go back to stitching. Watching the Hobbit trilogy on my iPad. So doing laundry. It's my mother-in-law's birthday. So happy birthday to a wonderful woman. So it's a good day. Just chilling out. Stitching. Doing laundry. Yeah. Alright, I'll catch up with you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, it is Saturday, March 25th. Happy birthday, Emily. Just wanted to do a quick little update. It is about to be a gorgeous day outside. I think it's going to be like 74 degrees. So that's going to be amazing. So the windows are open. My neighbors are out washing their cars, so you might hear a little bit of the background. But I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the Overdrive app. That's this app right here. So a lot of people ask about audiobooks and how we listen to them. Where do we get them? lot of people talk about Amazon. People talk about Audible, Kindle. That's Amazon. But anyway, we talk about all these different options that you pay for, usually on a monthly basis, which is fine. But I use my library's audiobooks. I borrow them from the library for free using the Overdrive app. So in your App Store, Play Store, just Google Overdrive app. It'll come up and it'll be that little icon that I showed you. And you're going to have to set yourself up, depending on what state you are. I don't know if this is available internationally, but certainly within the United States. You put in your state and you will have to sign in, set up some type of user ID and password. But then you get access, like if you see here, I live in the state of Maryland, so I can click on Maryland's digital library. It'll come up with the libraries in your area, and here we go. You see that it came up. Let me zoom out a little bit. Sorry for the shakiness, guys. You see that it came up with options, and it's asking me to sign in. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. And this is where you would put in your library card information. Now, I already entered my library card information, so I'm going to hit sign in. And you see that if I drop the box down, it gives all types of different options for the different counties that I live in. But I chose Howard County. Now, I live in Baltimore County, but I have a library card in Howard County. I have a library card in Baltimore City. I have a library card in Baltimore County. This just happens to be the one that I'm signed in with. So when I put in my library card, it gives me the option to stay signed in or to remember that card number, so I can switch between the different libraries. Say I search in Howard County and I don't find the book that I'm looking for, I can go back to Baltimore County or Baltimore City quite easily because it has the option to remember the library card when I go in. So here we are. We see it has subjects, collections, kids. This is usually where I go. I go to the search function, but just so you can look down in my account, you have to drop down to see your loans, your holds, your wish list. If there were books that you would like to see, this is called the Maryland Digital E-Library Consortium. So if there were books that you would like to see in the consortium, you can add them to your wish list or make recommendations. I usually just go to the search function. So I hit search and it comes up with, I can either put my information in here or I can go to advanced. This is where I usually go, and I'll show you why. So I hit the advanced function and you see that I am able to put in my title, my author, subject matter, any genre that I wish. It has pretty much all of them here in alphabetical order. I can choose to see whether there is a book that I would like to have available now, one that might be coming soon, recommended to the library, or all titles. I usually will select available now. If I'm randomly looking for a title, like I want the library, I want to find something based off of a particular genre, I'll say available now. Because if I click all titles, I might have to wait for it, and 9 times out of 10, you don't feel like it. If I put in a specific title that I'm looking for, I may click the all titles for availability because it might be something that I'm willing to get on a waiting list for. And you'll be able to tell, like if you have a book that's on hold, you'll be able to put in your email address and it'll email you when the book is available, and you have to respond within 24 hours or it goes to the next person on the list. So here we have formats, and this is up to you and your preference, but for the sake of this particular video, of course, we're looking for an audiobook. But you can get an ebook, you can get a Kindle book, a read-along book if you have little children. That's a great option, but I usually just choose the audiobook so I can sit here and listen to it through any device that I have this app on. I have this on my iPad, I have it on my tablet, I have it on my phone. So when I'm finding a book, as long as I have the Overdrive app on all my devices, I'll be able to access it from anywhere. So I chose the MP3 audiobook. So let's go back. I'm going to show you a couple of examples here. let's go back. I think I want to choose a genre. I don't know what I want to read, so I'm going to look for something in a genre that I like. So let's say I want to listen to, I know my alphabet, I really do. Historical fiction. I want a historical fiction novel. I want it available right now. And I want all audiences. Boom. Those are my filters. I'm going to hit search and see what it comes up with for me. Alright, so it came up with 227 results. Now I can scroll through these. All of these, as you can see, are available right now. I can just scroll through these, see what I want. See what I want. And if I want to see more than the 24 options that they're showing available, I have all these pages to sort through. But for the sake of this video, say that I want to listen to the Strangler Vine. Alright? Okay, that's what I want to listen to today. So I'm going to click on it. So when I click on it, I have several options available. I can see the rating. I can borrow it. You have settings here where you can borrow it for 21 days, or you can borrow it for 7, 14, or 21 days. I usually go with the longest of the 3 options. And the beautiful thing about this, unlike a library book, if you go to the library and you borrow a book, you have to make sure you get it back on time. This app will automatically take it back after the period is over, so you don't ever have to worry about returning a book. So if I'm not sure if I like this book or not, I can always listen to a sample and determine if that's something that I really want to listen to. So it's pulling up the sample. And okay, it's giving me some fun facts there. So I can hit play.
Highbridge, a division of Recorded Books, presents The Strangler Vine by N.J. Carter.
Okay, so that's how you listen to it. If you already know that it's something that you're into and you want to listen to it, I'm going to go ahead and borrow the book so you can see it from start to finish. But of course, if you don't like the book, you're only allowed to borrow up to 6 books at a time. You can't be greedy, guys. So obviously I'm going to borrow the book now so you can see how it works, but I'm going to go back and just return it to the library, and then I'll still have options available. So I'm hitting borrow. Okay. And then it's going to tell me go to your loans. So I'm going to go to my loans. And now I have to download the book. It's adding my title. My title is added. So I go up here and I'll go to my bookshelf. And there's my book. So I'll click on it. It's still downloading. So that's why this came up here. It's still downloading. So once it's downloaded, it's almost immediate. I can listen to my book right away. It's absolutely free. And that's how I get my audiobooks. So I wanted to share that with you guys because I know a lot of people like listening while they stitch, but not a lot of people know about the Overdrive app. So another option available to me, just going back to the search option, say I don't know what book I want to listen to. I'm going to click advanced here. I don't know what book I want, but and I'm saying not what book I want to listen to, but say I want a book to teach me something. I've already searched a million times. I already know there aren't any books here on cross stitch that are available, but there are options available to add them to my wish list. But say I wanted a book on knitting. I don't want to go out and buy a book. I don't want to borrow just any old book pattern on Ravelry. I want to see what my options are. Maybe I want to learn how to knit. So go. I'm going to do all formats. I want a title that's available now, which I forgot to hit, but that's okay. So here we have oh yeah, there's a good option. See how it says, oops, I'm on the waiting list for this one. I can place a hold. So I don't want to place a hold. I want one that's available now. So I'm just going to go back to my options. And let's say I want to borrow the Knitting Answer book. Boom. Just want to show you how the ebooks come up on here and how quickly. Same thing. I'm going to borrow this book. It's going to take me to my loans. And boom, I have the book. So I can download it now. I have the option to do a Kindle book, an e-publish book, or a PDF ebook. I am going to do a Kindle book. I'm going to get my Kindle book. Here it's taking me to Amazon. I'm going to get my library book from Amazon. It's going to tell me to sign in, which obviously I'm not going to do here, but it's just as simple. Once I sign in, I'm in. And I have my book, and I'm able to read it. Let's see here. I might have something where I can show you what the book looks like now, because I know I tried to do a video on this before, and it was a fail. My battery died. So at this point, here we go. I'm going to try to show you what the book looks like. And of course it's telling me to sign in once again. Well, you know, this isn't working out very well, is it? You know, whatever. I'm trying to teach. It's okay. So I'm going to try a different book. I'm going to put in my advanced search once more time. If you guys will just indulge me. I'm trying to show you how easy it is to get a book. Let's try crochet this time. And I won't download it to my Kindle. I'll do a different type of book so we can see it right away. So we got 10 results for crochet. So I want to learn some 100 quick and easy crochet stitches, right? So there is one copy available. I'm going to borrow it from 21 days. I'm going to go to my loans. I am going to get a different option for this ebook, actually. And it says this ebook won't work on this device. That's okay. It's making a fool out of me right now. But long story short, when you download the book, it'll tell you if it won't work on this device. It might work on my computer, on my PC. It might work on my phone, but apparently it won't work on my iPad. So this is a bad example, but normally you can download the book, go to your Amazon store for your Kindle, go to your EPUB book, whatever the format is that you choose, you will have the book right there immediately, just like we looked at the audiobook. So I wanted to show you guys the Overdrive app, show you how it works. If you have a library card, you can use it. You just have to find the county or the area or the borough, however your state is organized. You just have to go to where your local library is, put in your library card, and you should have lots of options to choose from for yourself, for your children, for your family. Audiobooks, ebooks, however you choose, but you don't have to leave the comfort of your home, and it's right there, and it's 100% free. So I wanted to put this on here because this is a question that keeps coming up. How do you guys listen to audiobooks? So I wanted to show you what I do. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you get to use it and listen to some great books. All right, happy stitching. Bye. Bella. Bella? What's going on over there? What are you doing? Get the bunny. Get the bunny. You show that bunny what time it is. Bella. Oh, you wanted the bone? Why is the bone on the couch, Bella? Is the bone supposed to be on the couch? Did that hurt your feelings? Are you just going to sit there and stare and look at him judgingly for knocking your bone on the floor? What are you going to do about that, Bells? Oh. Defeated. Joe, look how sad Bella is. Oh, Bella.